Hello there, this is Louise in Manchester. Welcome back to my channel. Today's the 3rd of October and I'm going to be looking at doing a little experiment over the autumn and winter period. Try and get some of these seeds, vegetable seeds, to germinate and grow, not in the ground, but I've got my plastic greenhouse which I will nip out to in a minute and show you the setup there. And I'm going to see if I can get some of these to germinate and produce just enough leaves to use in stir fry. So I'm not expecting, like, say I've got some turnip here, I'm not expecting to get full-size turnips, but I may use the tops, which, you know, are excellent and tasty sort of greens and vitamins, etc. The carrots, again, I don't know if they will grow. I got these off a friend of mine, and she'd got some seeds, so she's given me these. So although you should be planting these in the spring, I'm just going to see what I can get to grow over the autumn and winter periods. Got some beetroot there. I've had these a long time. What variety? It doesn't say, it just says beetroot. And I've got some kale. I love kale. So even if these don't reach full size, you know, if they're just little green shootlets, you can use them in your stir fries. And spinach, or perpetual spinach, I do like that. So I'm hoping to get some growth off of that, because they don't like the heat, spinach, and they seem to tolerate. I remember growing this spinach beet on an allotment I had many years ago, and it grew absolutely massive. I started it off late in the year, and it kept going over winter. So I'm hoping, and that was outdoors, so this is going to be grown inside the greenhouse. I'm hoping to get some decent production from these. And of course I've got some lettuce. I do like lettuce, so as a salad. I'm not going to be growing anything like tomatoes and cucumbers. You know, I'm going to be realistic that those are the sort of things that, you know, you could try, but you know, it's not really worth it. But things like kale I have grown in the past, and I've overwintered outside, so I'm hoping spinach, kale will be the ones that you know will last. The others are an experiment. The purple sprouting broccoli, gonna give that a try. I've got some spring onion, do like spring onions. I've lost the packet, you know, the actual packet of them, but I know these are spring onion. And what else am I? Oh yes, I've got my coriander here. So this is coriander, and in there it's soaking in water, and I'll change the water every so often. In the old days, my dad used to grow coriander, and what he would do is put the coriander, soak it like this first, but he would have a bag around it, a cloth bag, so like the old dishcloths. So we'd have all the seeds tied up in this big dishcloth, and he would dunk it in water and change that water every day. And then what would happen is the coriander would then sprout, and then he would just literally scatter the sprouted seed onto the area that he was planting. Usually it was our back garden, and got excellent crops of coriander. So I'm just doing the same, but in a different way. I'm not using a cloth bag. I'm just going to change the water. I might try the cloth bag method. You know, it worked for my dad, so why not? So that's also going into the plastic greenhouse. It won't be going into the ground because it's too wet and cold, and the slugs will probably eat them. And I just do a little update on something else that I'd planted recently, was the Carolina Reaper, and just wanted to show you. These are the little Carolina Reaper 24th of the 9th planted. Today's the 3rd of October. So these came up a couple of days back, and I think it was approximately around 10 days for germination. So there's the Carolina Reaper. Planted a lot in there, so I don't expect, like I said on the previous video, I don't expect all of them to germinate, and I don't expect all of them to survive, but you know, if I get a few plants out, that's fine, and those will slowly grow over the winter period. And these are the Nagas that I planted as well, and they came up within 10 days of me planting them. So and there's still more to germinate in there. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. And I've just done a little improvisation, I should say, of making my own plant labels out of yogurt pots. I was throwing this yogurt pot away, and at the same time I thought, oh, I'll have a look round in my little seed box over there if I've got any plant labels, and I didn't have any. And I know they're about £4 for a packet in my local garden centre, and I thought, you know what, just make your own, because really that's all they are, little plastic things that just need to have a surface that you can write on them. So I used a permanent marker, and you can see I've sort of smudged it there because I spelt it wrong, and then I just went over it. But use permanent marker, it won't fade and it won't wash off. Yeah, so just made them like the shape of a normal plant label, and I'll just be sticking them in you know, the pot. So I got all these out of one yogurt pot. Why not, you know, instead of spending £4 or £5 on a packet of them, just, you know, cut them out of the pot, and there you go. You know, you've got lots of plant labels. Oh yes, so just having a look there, cabbage greyhound. So I've got a cabbage in there somewhere. Must be hidden. Oh, where have I put it? Yeah, I have got a packet of cabbage somewhere in here. My friend, oh, actually it was in the, there it is, I think. No, that's not it. There's a little packet in here somewhere. It doesn't have the you know, the cover, and that's probably why I've missed it. So cabbage greyhound, where are you? There it is. So that's the cabbage. I'm going to be growing that as well. I'm probably just using that for the leaves, as again, I don't expect full-size cabbages to be growing, just little shoots, and then I can snip off the little shoots and you know, use them in my stir fries. So what I'll do is I'll pause the video and then nip out and show you the setup in the outside greenhouse. Okay, so here we are back inside my plastic greenhouse. It's just a tall, narrow one I got from B&Q, and I've got my Nagas in there. You can see developing. That one's not got any Nagas on. I've got the bigger ones still outside. It just won't fit in here, it's quite wide. The algae lemon and the bird's eye chili as well, they're still outside. They're just too big to fit in here, and they are still flowering. Some more Nagas in there. So down here, what I've done is I've used these trays that I've got from the meat section. Well, I buy my poultry and lamb. It comes in trays like this, and basically I'm going to be using these to plant up these seeds that I've just shown you. And then what I'll do is pop that over. That's another tray, and that's opaque, so it will let in light, and it will act as a kind of insulation so that seeds hopefully will germinate quickly. Got like another one there. That's that set up. And then what I've done down here, I've recycled, this is an old salad tray, this container here. Let me just... So they were broken. There were salad drawers out of the old fridge that I got rid of, and they're quite deep, and I put 2 trays of compost in there, and I've kept the glass shelf a little bit mucky. Kept the glass shelf, and I will be using that as well as a little sort of aid for the germination. Keep the heat in, let the light in. And then for this salad drawer, I've just got another tray, and I've got some pots as well. So maybe the carrots will go in the pots, or I might get a bigger, or like a Coke bottle or something like that, you know, a plastic pop bottle, which is a bit longer, and use that for the carrots. And down, as you can see there, so that's what they're in, and obviously they're all inside this greenhouse, which I've had a couple of years now, and I've had to keep it tied to it's tied to there's an outdoor tap behind there. I've got it tied to the outdoor tap, and it's fairly tight. It doesn't get blown over by the wind, so I'm hoping this will be a good little productive greenhouse over the autumn winter months. So I'll update you on the progress on what's going on in there. As I say, it's not the best of weather today. While I'm outside, I might as well show you the Hyacinth beans. As I say, very, very late, but they are a winter producer in Bangladesh, so I suppose it's the correct time for them there. A little bean there, tiny, so whether they'll beat the frost, who knows. That's a Malabar spinach, which is a vining spinach. It's been eaten a lot by the slugs and the snails. I'll just have a quick nip over to here and show you some of my winter protection. So this is my orange tree, Washington Navel orange, and I've made these out of this cover out of well, it came with a mattress, so it's a huge covering, so I've cut it up and I've stapled it so it looks like it's been stitched together, and I've got several of these. I made one for the large, well, for the navel orange outside at the front, and I've used paper, and I've left it open at the bottom. You can see I've got a black plastic bag around the pot, and inside that pot I've got cardboard and newspaper, and I'm using this packing paper around the you know, the front of the trunk there, well, wrapped around the trunk, just to keep it insulated. And I will sort of tie the plastic in as it gets colder, but for the time being, you know, I'm leaving it open, let the air get to it. The lemon tree and the Cavendish banana are coming indoors. I'm just getting round to doing that, and I'll just nip over here and show you the Musabaz dew. I've covered that. I chopped the top because all the leaves were ripped because of a very high storm, strong, you know, winds we had, and it just ripped the leaves right off, and it was looking a bit scraggy, so that's been covered. I've not covered the pot as yet. I will be doing that later. And this is the pup of the Musabaz dew. It's still going strong, so I'm going to leave that until the leaves start to wilt, and I'll be doing the same, putting plastic bag, which I made out of the same material that you just saw. So that's it for today. A bit rainy, a bit wet, so hope to see you soon. Please like and subscribe.